Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Ong, the CEO and co-founder of Crushmetric. This is my co-founder, Noah Deleda. This is where the story starts, so I'm going to continue doing the talking while he's doing his artwork. So this is a normal Coca-Cola can, which is going to dent into a shape. The story started about 6 years ago, when Noah's YouTube went viral worldwide, and I saw it. And he was just punching the video, he was punching a can and it changes shape, and he was punching it, it was changing shape. So I thought that was really cool. I messaged him and DM him and say, hey, is this possible? Is that real? He said, no, that's CGI. Then I said, can you make that real? And it took us 3 years to develop this technology, and it's a patented technology and it works. So let me maybe start from there. So Noah has been denting cans for 20 years. Okay, that's all he do, all his life. He only dents when he needs money, because every can he sells is about 3,000 to 5,000 US. So when he's broke, he dent a can, he sell it. That's what he's been doing for 20 years. And to date, I think he has done about 53 different shapes. He may say it's more when he get drunk, but I think it's 53. So we started doing this, we actually developed the can, okay? So we developed a crushable can, which we never launched because it was too expensive to do. So we decided to start doing a pen, and we started on Indiegogo, thinking that we'll make a lot of money, raise a lot of money, happily. We failed, okay? We didn't hit the target. So unfortunately, I'm an investor, I'm a serial entrepreneur for 30 years, so I say, what the heck, I'll invest into the company. Then we'll do the manufacturing ourselves. Okay. So I did that, and it took us, I think, about 2 months for manufacturing and stuff. And then we start sending out to customers that actually ordered on Indiegogo, but we just didn't hit the target. And it just went viral. Okay. I think to date, we have got hundreds and hundreds of million views worldwide for our products. I like the sound of Shopify when they keep binging you that when you got sales, non-stop, every second it was going pretty crazy. So that was a good old fun days. And we discovered that the reason Indiegogo didn't work because people didn't think the pen was real. Okay, so it's a huge ASMR product as well if you go online. So people hear the sound and they loved it. So this what it does, changing shape. For Asian, in honesty, it's tough to do this in Asia, okay, except Japan and Korea, because everyone say, hey, Michael, what does it do? Okay, so there's one of my investors, good friend of mine, I gave it to him. He's 65. He said, Michael, so what does this pen do? I said, whatever, just take it as a gift. So he brought it back, gave it to his daughter. Daughter loves it and said, this is a viral product that I saw on TikTok. Okay, he gave me a call immediately that day and said, Michael, can I invest in your company? So which he did, luckily. Okay, so these are the views that we have in the market. Constantly doing more. Noah lately just did a tutorial video of teaching people how to dent cans, and that on Instagram is going at about 11.5 million views already. So we are only selling, we are a small company. I did a reverse on AQUS, the company on AQUS. I've been building companies. I like to build it, in honesty, very much on the public VC level, especially for Asia, because investors are more comfortable because of compliance, it's properly audited, blah, blah, blah. So they feel more comfortable investing in the company. So that's how we actually got started on AQUS. And obviously, yes, it's true. I mean, AQUS is picking up really well. Last year, this year, it's doing very well, and that's promising. Which is the reason for me meeting up with the team, AQUS team in London, and we start talking. And we are talking. I've been exploring OTC for 2 years. I was thinking, I'm not too sure whether it's ready. But this year, everything was going so crazy. So I thought, we should meet up. So I met up with Jonathan and say, hey, let's do it, and we did an application. I'm still waiting for the results. Okay, and then we created Tumblr, which is actually, which I think will be one of our key products, because the reason for fundraising is actually we would like to start opening stores. The biggest market for us, from our data, from our customers, 70% of our customers are from the US. Okay, US is the biggest supporters of our product. And then we've got Canada, we've got UK, we've got Australia, Japan, and Korea. This is our biggest market. So yes, we would love to open a store in New York. We would love to open a store in London, Tokyo, and Seoul. Okay, so this is actually the Tumblr that I love, because it changes shape when you open it up and then you drink from it. Okay, so I gave it to my niece in Singapore. I'm Singaporean. Give it to my niece in Singapore, brought it to school. She came back and said, I've got a lot of new friends. Okay, so that's good. And the beauty of this, which we didn't tell the market yet, okay, everyone started taking off the pen when they bought it, okay, and they've got problem putting it back. It was very frustrating for Noah and me, because it wasn't designed to be disassembled and for you to put it back, okay. So then we decided that we should do a product that you can actually DIY yourself. So imagine going to our stores and you see 100 different colors of lid, okay, different colors of rubber, and different color of the sleeves. Okay, this comes in different colors, printable material. So we do a lot of co-branding, which we had. You can see it at the reception, with a cartoon anime thing that we are doing. So you go in the store, you pick and choose the colors that you want, you put it together, and then you pay. Okay, so this I think would be a big, huge products for us, especially in the US. Okay. This is the co-branding that we did with Fortune Cat designer. And this is a chair as well, our favorite, but it's the best-selling, better sold in Japan. So you sit on it, it crushes, and then it go back to your original size. Frankly, I mean, we have people commenting, they are very heavy. So if they sit down, does the chair come back up? I think it does, yeah. Okay, so I think this presentation coming here, OTC, obviously one is to get, approved on OTC ticker. I think the market here will be great for us. A lot of investors will be interested in our company. Retail investors will be interested, especially younger generation. Will be interested in what we are doing, but because it's a few and touch products, which is the reason for us wanting to do stores. A lot of people ask, why are we not doing online? We are doing online, but it's complicated. I mean, there's a lot of content creation needed and stuff like that. It's actually getting a bit more expensive these days doing e-commerce. Okay, I think Pop Mart, I don't know whether you guys obviously heard of it, Labubu. Pop Mart has actually changed how retail store works, in my opinion, because of the way that they are selling. It's no longer buying the products for the product. It's a very emotional interaction that they're actually having with customers as well. The other strategy that we are looking at, I was, as an investor, as a corporate finance guys, I was looking at the Bitcoin 10 years ago. Okay, it was then the plus, the exchange AQUIS was then plus, and I actually proposed to the exchange to do that. I'm taking Bitcoins as my placement for investment. Well, they say no, so I didn't do it, but that was 10 years ago. I was looking at NFT when I was in Singapore. It was huge because that was the biggest then NFT artwork that was being sold. It's actually was done in Singapore. I was looking at the strategy of how they actually do it. I don't see it being sustainable because I don't see the market being created for it to actually continue. But I think that has changed. There's a lot of builders in the market that's done that. So the reason for us to just announce the Ethereum strategy is actually a huge integration of what we could do from our artwork and on the Ethereum platform as well. Speaking to a lot of builders when I was in Singapore, that actually does NFTs, membership, loyalty programs. I think with the views that we have and constant views that we are creating with different products, we've got perfume bottles. Ladies would probably like it. When you press on it, you spray, change the shape. Okay, and then we have got a bag that we created, which is, well, it's a very raw bag. that the leather bag that you open up, it changes shape. Okay, so there's tons of products that Noah has in his, or rather the company has in the pipeline. So that's what we'll be hoping to do. I'll just go off this where I mentioned this. So for this trip, as I said, OTC and fundraising is what we'll be looking at, and hopefully we have that. And I was telling Noah that we don't raise money here, then we'll be a soda can collector renewable company. So I'll change the company strategy. Thank you very much.
Michael, how are you? There's always at least 1 or 2 mics in the room, right? And probably 4 or 5 more out there. I am the head of client relations at Water Tower Research. Although I'm not a research analyst, I did play one for 25 years, so I'll dust off my old hat and see what we can do. Starting out, we're going to put the audience in the awkward position of any questions from the audience.
Oh, the audience not awkward, but the speaker will be.
There's one in the back here.
Something that you license? Yes, we are looking at that, but only on the condition of co-branding. Okay, I've rejected huge companies, international huge company brand that wanted our products but doesn't want our brand. That's not something that I'll be interested in. I built different companies. I think we're lucky that this company just went crazy worldwide, viral. So I would like to view on that. I think it's very exciting for the US market is tough to penetrate for any product. It was so lucky that it wasn't a targeted market that we were doing, but it just went viral on its own. But, the consumer, the market was the one that decide the strategy and direction of the company. So, Noah and I don't have anything in mind. We're just doing it, for the fun of it, but it just went crazy. But I thought that we actually are changing the consumer space, okay, because this can be integrated into any different products, including toys, because I was approached by one of a huge toy company in the world, and they say that we have created one of the best toy in the world. When doing a sleeve that for kids that actually can slot into your hand, you press it, you change the shape, you release it, the bullet shoots off. It's cool. We're trying to create more fun stuff.
Any further questions in the audience?
Hi, how are you? Great ideas. Question, how expensive, if you can share, is like a tumbler?
Cost, I won't say cost. Retail price, 60 US.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's manufactured in China, which is the reason why I brought Noah to China 2 years ago. He's denting this can, it should work, okay? It should be okay, because when I brought him to Hong Kong,
He was able to do it.
I brought him to Jackie Chan. He screwed up. he just couldn't do it. I love to tell him story, but he hates it. But yeah. And we're doing it live. It's going to go viral.
And the pen works? Like you can write with the pen?
Yeah.
Do you refill it, or you have to get a new one?
Okay. This is the second generation, so yes, you can refuel it. It wasn't designed to be refueled the first generation.
Okay.
And we were selling at 10 US, but it went so viral that it was resold on Amazon for 100 US. So everyone was reselling it. So it was like pretty cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So Michael, just back to the fundraising strategy.
Fundraising strategy. I mean, we are hoping the first phase to do about 10 million US. Okay, but then because we're in Singapore, investors were talking to us. Some were prepared to give us more. So part of that, is we will actually put into Ethereum treasury, and part of that will be to start opening stores as well. Because as I said, the integration with the Ethereum platform and the younger generation pool as well, I think that'll be very, very interesting for us.
Is there any part of the strategy that investors are missing or misunderstanding?
Yes, because I think the consumer market have changed. I mean, talking to a lot of investors, I think it's no longer about the pen. It's not a pen. It's not a tumbler. What the younger generation, there's tons of products in the world. But Temu, everyone, you can buy anything you want at a very, very cheap price. Why would you pay this kind of price for it? It's actually taking products beyond that already, the next level. You don't expect a tumbler to change shape, but it changes shape. That wows you. Okay. And it goes organically viral for that reason. because people, wow, it's so cool, and everyone start filming. Everyone that we meet, everyone start filming it. This is all free marketing for us. That's the cool bit of our product. So every time Noah and I brainstorm products, we need to feel that it's cool before we think it's worth doing it. Okay, there's a phone case that we are working that can pop as well into a 3D version. Looking for, I've been pushing him, saying I need that. Okay, so hopefully, when it goes viral, you have to get that done for you. Yeah.
You put them on the spot today for sure. Before we wrap up, any other questions from the audience? There's one over here. One over here as well. Go for it.
We are constantly. This is actually only 1% of what could be possible. This could potentially be a new material, which is not. Okay, he wants to do it. I refuse to do it. This is a different set of business. Okay, let's view the business first, the foundation, before we talk about new material. This is a crushing method. There's a twisted method as well, which we already have. So this is very much like iPhone. If you don't buy this tumbler now for the crushing, the second version, we will not manufacture version 1. We're just keeping the hype constantly going and creating different ways of crushing. And different shapes as well. This is only one of the shapes that we could do. We've got 50 over shapes that we could play around with.
Time for one more, did you? Yeah.
I have 8 kids, can I turn them?
Yeah, you can do it.
But one of
I know, that's why I say it's different. I mean, like Stanley Cup obviously went crazy worldwide. Everyone loves it. Then all due respect, I mean, they're doing a good job, but what's next? We know about size, okay? And yes, we will, with more fundings, yes, we have different types of tumbler that we're working on. Like Asia loves small stuff. My wife's tumbler is so small. I say, oh, you want to carry such a small tumbler? It's one, but they love it. Okay, so the Asian market is so different. The US market says that this is a bit too small, can have a bigger version. So yes, it's all possible, and we will have different sizes. When careful, because I've done so many startups. All my 30 years. Your survival is very important for startups. So it's a question of knowing how to survive. Although we are public, but we are startup. I see myself as more of a A-round, company at this point. I'm more cautious in how we actually spend money. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you
Appreciate the time.